It's a really exciting field to be in. I love working in wind power. It's really taking off. There's a whole lot of interest, and there are a lot of reasons for that interest. Part of it is the need. The need is being recognized more and more seriously now. And the other part is the technology has been developed to the point that it's a very functional, efficient, practical piece of equipment. And then the third piece is the economics. With gas prices fluctuating and as coal plants become more expensive to build, wind power is becoming more and more economic. There are a number of different scales of wind power. The one that I work with is the full scale, called utility scale or large scale wind power. I have a model right here of a full scale wind turbine. Just to give you a sense of perspective, I've got a little cow right here. That's to scale. Full-scale wind turbines are very tall. This hub might be 50, might be 80 meters tall, so could be over 200 feet. And these diameters, this rotor diameter, can be quite large, could be 80, 90 meters around. At the same time, there's a scale of wind power that people can use in their houses. So there's various scales of wind power. I work in the full scale, so I work with towns all over the state that have a piece of land that we figure out is pretty windy, and they would like to put a wind turbine there. The 3 turbines that are already installed, there's one in the town of Bourne on the Massachusetts Maritime Academy. It's a state college. Then there's 2 in the town of Hull. And we've worked with all 3 of those projects to help them figure out where they can put it, what the economics will be, what the output will be. And it's really fun working with towns that want to do these clean energy projects. Wind power is one of the cleanest forms of electricity that we have. All energy use has impacts. That's not avoidable. But wind power is one of the lowest impact form of electricity that we have. The main impact of wind power is visual. Because they're so tall, you can see them. This, of course, is just an impact on people. It's not an environmental impact per se. If they're in the mountains, you need to build a road to it, so any road has an environmental impact. Then it needs to be clear in the area of the base, so a clearing has an environmental impact. Wind turbines, modern wind turbines, on average, kill between 2 and 3 birds per turbine per year. The head of the National Audubon Society recently in an interview talked about how wind turbines bird mortality can be counted pretty precisely, since you can find most of them, as opposed to the impacts of coal plants, which involve global warming and strip mining, which are much more devastating but harder to quantify. So it's considered a relatively small impact relative to the much larger and broader impacts of the other forms of electricity that the wind power replaces. Wind turbines produce power some of the time and not other times. They produce power when it's when the wind is blowing, and they don't produce power when the wind isn't blowing. The way that they fit into, they have a very special role in the electric grid. They produce the kilowatt hours, but they are not intended to produce all of the power for any given region. That's not the role they play. So you don't decide to make all of your power out of wind power. It's there to produce kilowatt hours cleaner than the sources that are currently making it. The electric grid is a huge and complex system. It gets changed only very slowly. It doesn't make sense to think, well, what if I replaced everything all at once with one particular type? It doesn't even make sense to ask that question. It doesn't help us clean up the atmosphere. It doesn't help us reduce global warming, because it's not going to happen. We need to figure out how to act now, and one of the main options is through wind power. Al Gore makes the comment in his movie An Inconvenient Truth that many people make the jump from ignorance to despair without taking the intermediate step of action. there isn't reason to despair now. There are things we can do, and we have to do them. Global warming is happening. That's not a question. It's happening. It already is happening. We can't prevent it because it's already done. But action now can keep it from getting worse.